Welcome filmmakers, fans, and friends to Indie Cinema Showcase, your #1 source for filmmaking, conventions, and everything in between. I'm Christina Carmona.
And I'm Jeremy Carpenter. Together, we'll be bringing you the best and brightest that Florida has to offer with focus on Central Florida.
In today's episode, we'll be speaking with graphic artist Joshua Chidsey and checking out a film by Christian Donoho.
And we will also revisit some of our past events and then check out what films you should see before you die.
All right, let's get things started. In this film, a man is awoken by strange sounds in the middle of the night. Does something lurk in the darkness, or is it just his imagination? So for today's Show Us Your Shorts film, we present Beyond the Shadows, directed by Christian Donoho.
Okay, oh, Scott. Heavy.
Our next guest was inspired by the high contrast work done by artists such as Todd McFarlane, Lee Bermejo, and Caravaggio. He has pursued a career in comic books, and his work has been seen in SpaceCon, Old Time Comic Con, and FanBoy Expo, just to name a few. For the last few years, he has been developing his own unique style he calls stylized realism. So, for today's Industry Insight, we sit down with Joshua Chidsey.
Hey everyone, in the studio with me today is an artist, Joshua Chidsey. Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good, good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Such an honor. Yes, we met over at FanBoy.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so we knew we had to get you right back into the studio and talk about your brilliant art. So, how did your journey start?
It started when I graduated UCF from my experimental animation degree, and started trying to do more with like 3D animations. I saw more people were interested in the portraits that I was drawing, so I started leaning more into that over time, and I started to go more into the comic book side of things because that was where my interests lied most of all. And I started going more into doing realistic comic book characters, and people started to pretty much attach themselves to that one.
Right. So your style is stylized realism.
Yes.
What exactly does that mean for people who might not know, like me?
Well, the term came about when my fiance said that my style was realistic, but not fully realistic, because I seem to like to add a lot more harsh contrast into the characters I do. So we just decided to coin stylized realism a little bit.
Okay, cool. Now, your fiance, is she also an artist?
No, she's not.
No?
But she's my greatest art critic and my best friend.
And your supporter, your supporter. Yeah, so what is it like going to conventions in general?
Oh, it's a blast. I didn't start going until like 3 years ago, and it was just a blast going through and all of them getting to see all the different people. Just people that had like wide variety of interests.
Yeah. Now, I'm probably gonna ask a loaded question.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Because I remember going to FanBoy, FanBoy, and artists were talking about AI art. Yes. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, it's pretty scary. When we first started seeing it come around, I thought that, oh, well, it could be a possible tool to look up different references for things and all that.
Right.
Never to go tracing over, never to use for like getting actual finished products or anything like that. And then I saw people starting to use it for finished products.
Yeah.
For tracing over and wholeheartedly instead of trying to learn the steps to get to that process and all. And it's I've seen a lot of good artists, friends that I know that lose jobs over it. A lot of ads that I get on Instagram are seeing prints being sold, but they're all AI.
Right.
And it's honestly kind of heartbreaking a lot of the time to see.
And how do you keep yourself safe, your art safe from something like that?
There are things that you can sign up to opt out of things like that, but unfortunately, there's not anything you can do to wholeheartedly get your work to not show up inside of that data sweeping algorithm or anything.
Right, right.
And since I am trying to get my art to grow a business, I have to post my stuff online as well. So unfortunately, I'm pretty sure my art's been scanned through AI as well.
Right. But there's nothing better than an actual artist.
Of course,
I'm sorry, it's just never going to beat it. You know, I'm looking at AI art and they've got like 6 fingers and like, 10 toes on 1 foot. So, no, and I appreciate you coming in and talking about that because I know that's tough, especially now. And I remember being at FanBoy and that happening. But when you are at these conventions and you get to talk with different artists, what's that like?
It's actually really fun. I get to talk to other people who they have art styles that I've never seen before. And some that I've seen like variations of that style, but they take it to their own unique way into doing it. And I get to talk to them about their art processes, what they started doing beforehand and how they've grown. Or I get to see just what they like to do in general. There are some people who like to do comic book art, some people who like to do horror or science fiction, and some who like to do a little bit more not safe for work stuff occasionally.
Yeah.
And all that.
And now, what do you prefer? Like, what do you prefer to draw?
I like to do a lot of horror, a lot of sci-fi, stuff from games, movies, things like that. I love to do comics and then kind of like mix them up a little bit into the different genres.
Cool. And now, what draws you to that?
I think it might have been from my older brother showing me my first horror movie when I was 3.
Yeah.
And growing up being definitely afraid of Chucky a lot of the times, and then coming back as a teenager trying to watch them again. It's like, oh, they're actually really fun and all that. And I started to get more into horror, a lot more into science fiction. I started reading my brother's comic books when I was growing up.
I think, I personally, your work, your Darth Maul, I mean, phenomenal, phenomenal. So great stuff. What's next for you?
I kind of want to try going more into the comic book aspect. I've been looking into things like trying to be more of a kind of cover artist.
Okay.
I've done things like I've been trying to expand my portfolio a little bit, trying to work with more the anatomy of like posing and stuff like that, and more backgrounds to my work. Even trying to do a couple of sequential pieces, trying to show I can make a story as well.
Nice, that's fantastic. Now, where can we find more information or where to buy your artwork?
Most of it is in Instagram, so Fenrock_arts. And I just put all my work over there. People usually will DM me through there and trying to see if they could get a print as I send it over to them.
Fantastic. Well, guys, check it out. He's amazing. Thank you for joining me today. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I've learned stylized realism. A little bit of real with a little bit of like what the harsh lines or fantasy type or one of those.
It's a little more
Melding of
high
that?
contrasty kind of work.
High contrasty. Okay, I like it. I like it. Good stuff. Yeah, it was. Want to be guests on the show, promote your project, or have your film featured? Visit us at our website at IndieCinemaShowcase.com. You can also catch past episodes while you're there.
And don't forget, you can also support the show by following us on our socials. Facebook at ICSTV and on Instagram and X as well at ICSTV Show. And if you'd like to reach out to us directly, shoot us an email at icstv@yahoo.com.
ICS Fun Fact. Acting isn't always safe. Just ask Cary Elwes. While filming The Princess Bride, Elwes ended up in the hospital after a scene with Christopher Guest went completely wrong. Cary asked Christopher to lightly tap him on the head with a sword hilt to make the movement more believable. But Guest hit him a little too hard, and Elwes was knocked out cold. As he put it, that was the last thing he remembers from that day's shoot.
Welcome back. Now it's time for our segment we like to call On Location with ICS. In this episode, we revisit the FanBoy Expo convention of 2024, where we spoke with some stars from TV, film, and classic cartoons.
All right, everyone, I am lucky enough to be here with John Rhys Davies. John, thank you so much for taking some time out to talk to me. So, how are you enjoying conventions?
I love them. I love meeting people. And I sense that there's a mutual joy sometimes. Just having a bit of fun and laughing and it is hugely important for actors to actually meet the people who've been putting the bread and butter on their plate for the past, in my time, almost 60 years.
Right, and now that you're in Orlando, have you been able to do anything fun here?
Does anyone do anything fun here in Orlando? Oh, I beg your pardon. Of course.
Maybe a little.
This is a fun city, isn't it? Unfortunately, right at the moment, I'm trying to finish a script. And if I admit to having any fun whatsoever, I will be hunted down.
All right. What is the craziest thing that you've had to sign?
Well, I've stopped doing it because people come up to me and want me to autograph their chest or their arm. I'm settling for chest and arm. And then they tattoo it. And I don't like that, actually. I think that's too much of a permanent mistake for people to make. Right. I've stopped doing that. As of last week, I said, about the fourth time or fifth time, and I said, no.
All right, so I was about to ask you that, but now that I know, I won't ask you.
But for you.
You might. All right. Thank you so much for taking some time out for me. I appreciate you.
Fabulous being back here in Orlando. Wonderful place, wonderful people. Thank you.
All right, everyone, we are here with the iconic Greg Berger. Greg, thank you for taking some time to chat with me today.
We're here with the iconic Greg Berger, but of equal or greater importance, meet Grimlock, meet Dinobot leader. And Long Haul, who doesn't want to remove the dirt because it's dirty. And Skyfire, one of the tall, incredible Transformers. And I was also on G.I. Joe. I was Spirit, who believes possibility and impossibility are states of mind. We're at FanBoy Expo in Orlando, Florida, having a great time. This is Friday.
Ask you, were you having a great time?
Yes, we're starting on Friday. This is our lightest day. We're going to be crazy busy all weekend.
I'm glad I caught you now.
Yeah.
So how do you like doing conventions?
You know what? It's my opportunity to say thank you from my side of the signing table, and people come to say thank you from the other side. I'd probably be an attendee if I wasn't a special guest.
Now, when you have fans come up, is there any particular voiceover work, any cartoon that people usually know you the most for? Because you've done so many.
Longevity-wise, this is the 40th anniversary of Transformers, so it's actually a huge portion of my life. The characters in Transformers are like family to me. the characters in Garfield are like family to me. I've been barking and slurping Odie the dog, and Squeak the mouse, and Harry the alley cat, and Herman the mailman since forever. So just longevity-wise, those are the closest to my heart. But whatever I'm doing at the moment, I've been gifted with so many characters that are close to people's heart and close to mine. It's just, I do what I love and I love what I do, so how lucky am I?
Thank you so much for chatting with me, Greg. I appreciate you.
I get it all out at work. By the time I get home, I'm not angry at anyone. Thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate it. Come to FanBoy Expo in Orlando. We're having fun. Where are you? Come see us.
All right, guys, I am here with the legend, Jim Cummings. Jim, thank you for taking this chance to sit with me.
Yes, it's a pleasure. We're back in the saddle, something.
We are back in one of those things, right? So how do you like coming to conventions and meeting your fans?
Well, it's a lot of fun. You know, you get to see people that, because you're usually in a recording studio, you don't have a lot of one-on-one, and you know, you'll meet people and they say, oh my gosh, you know, you got me through a tough time. You got me through something happened in my life and it was this and that, and Winnie the Pooh was there, or Darkwing, or Taz, although I don't think Taz was too beneficial to too many people, but yeah, it's nice to know. It's nice.
And what is it like getting into the characters?
Well, it's very profitable. No, but it's a lot of fun. You know, I mean, it's the stuff that I used to do for free as a child. You know, I was always in plays, like I said, you know, and always in a band, and I always liked to sing. So it's just an extension of my crazy personality, I guess, and you know, it's kind of fun. I love it. I don't even think about it. It's automatic.
We all love it and love you for it. Now, I know these are like all of your babies. Do you have a favorite?
You know, people ask me that all the time, and I can give you the tried and true answer here. It's Pooh, Tigger, Darkwing is way up there, Ray from Princess and the Frog, and I love Hondo Ohnaka from Star Wars. So, and I love King Louie from Jungle Book. Yeah.
I love that. And now, did you realize that any of these characters, or all of these characters, especially like, say, Winnie the Pooh, would become just so iconic?
Well, you never do. You never can tell, because you're all alone in a recording studio and you don't have any feedback really per se. And so you just kind of, it's a bit of a roll of the dice. But when Pooh was around, I've been doing it since the 80s, and it had been gone, Pooh and his buddies Tigger and the gang, they'd been gone for like 20 some years from the public eye. So you never know if they're still going to be accepted, and boy, they were accepted.
And final question, what was it like when you first saw your voice on the character?
Well, it was surreal. It was very surreal, and it was Dumbo Circus, an obscure company just started up called Disney Channel, and they needed programming, so they had one of the shows was Dumbo Circus, and it was people in costume. And it was my very first job, and I got to play Lionel, the little bitty lion, who was basically, he was taken from Dumbo, the movie, and it was Timothy the Mouse, but they couldn't have a 4-foot mouse. So I was a lion, and that was my entry. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you. You are still here,
Yeah.
and I am glad to have spoken to you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you. See ya. By the way, don't forget to remember, I have a podcast. Would you like to hear about it? Why, sure. It's Tuned In with Jim Cummings, and Toon, Tuned In. We get it? See, very clever.
I love that.
Very clever. And it's on Spotify. It's all over the place. It's on YouTube. So like and subscribe, everybody. Come on. Are you liking? Right now.
All right, I am here with the iconic Vicki Lawrence. Vicki, thank you for letting me sit in your booth and be just as cool as you are.
Oh, thanks.
So how are you enjoying FanBoy?
It's fun. I love seeing all the costumes and And the fans. Yeah, it's nice.
Have you been to conventions before?
A few, yeah. Yeah.
What's the most surprising thing fans have come up and asked you or told you?
Most surprising thing. Well, a lot of them have great memories of watching the shows with their grandmother or their parents, and a lot of parents come up and they're introducing our shows to their kids. So it's nice just being handed down.
Yeah. What was it like working with Carol Burnett?
Well, it was as fun as everybody thought it was, I'd say.
I'm
Yeah.
sure. And what's the best part of working in comedy?
Like the laughter, the audience.
Do you find that easier or harder than like dramatic pieces? I find that comedy can sometimes be pretty difficult.
They say it's harder because it's sort of drama but turned on its ear. So, yeah. And people who are really good at it have just some sort of an innate timing, I think. Yeah.
And do you have a favorite memory on set?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I like to ask people what their favorite episode was because there are so many that I loved. It was a pretty silly show.
It was a very, very silly show. And, you made everyone laugh, especially my mom. She loved the show.
See, there you
Yeah,
go.
she loved the show. And I remember the wig and the outfit. Like, it's iconic. It's iconic. And I saw some people running around with it. I don't know if you've seen them.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Well, I will let you go and enjoy the rest of FanBoy. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
For our final segment, it's time for a film we think you should see before you die. This week's pick, The Princess Bride, released in 1987 and directed by Rob Reiner. It stars Carrie Elwes, Robin White, Mandy Patinkin, and Andre the Giant. Based on the novel by William Goldman, it's a fairy tale adventure filled with sword fights, true love, and plenty of iconic moments. This story is told like a bedtime book read by a grandfather to his sick grandson. While it wasn't a big hit when it first came out, later it became a cult classic and one of the most loved films of the 1980s. In 2016, it was added to the National Film Registry for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. The Princess Bride is rated PG, and we think it's a film you should see before you die. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of ICS. We want to thank Joshua Chidsey for sitting down with us and Christian Donoho and the team behind FanBoy Expo.
FanBoy Expo, we got to go again.
I know. Oh my gosh.
It's so
That's
fun.
my favorite.
We hope you learned something new, saw something that you loved, or got inspired to get off your couch and go make a movie of your own. Who knows? It might be good enough for us to screen on the next Indie Cinema Showcase.
Don't forget to follow us on our socials, Facebook at ICS TV, Instagram at ICS TV Show, and YouTube at Indie Cinema Showcase.
And if you want a chance to have you, your work, event, convention, or film festival featured on ICS, send us an email at icstv@yahoo.com.
Until then, the set is closed, and as they say in the movie business, that's a wrap.
See you next time.